Oh,
Yeah, Walmart too.
you really are a fancy fella. You walk through a Walmart with shoes.
With shoes.
With shoes. And I'm like, I'll be walking like back to the fucking checkout stand with name brand root beer and be like, man, I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
If I'm
right
the
now.
one guy not using a shopping cart as a skateboard, why does it stick up his ass?
I'm walking around with Barks and I see like, Dr. Steve's Roop beer. And it's like, Roop. That's not even the tea.
Yeah, there's some rough folk over at Walmart. I haven't been in a while. I try to avoid it. I go if I absolutely need something. Like I needed a shower curtain rod a while back, and it was like, this is a Walmart item.
At this house and the one before, local to me was Target. So we're Target people. But when I travel, I go to Walmarts, and that's when I'm reminded, like, every town seems like a bad one. Like, if you go to a town's Walmart, you'll be like, this town's kind of a dump.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Hartwell Walmart yet?
Yes, I have. I bought a USB charger thing.
There you go.
Yep.
I got arrested there once.
Nice.
Yes.
Took me right out of that electronic session.
Get a load of that fucking loser. Those people judging you.
They didn't at all. Like I thought. I was like, this isn't that embarrassing. I'd be more embarrassed to be that guy right there right now than be in handcuffs. Goddamn.
We've all been there, friend.
Exactly. Let him go. Turn him loose.
Let he who hasn't stolen an overpriced Ethernet cable cast the first stone.
I had a pistol they took issue with. Apparently, they thought it was going to be that all the employees were hiding in the back. They thought I was going to rob the place.
They were just 20 years too early.
There you go.
It's just a gun. It's just a tool in the hands of a responsible adult.
There's not even a bullet in the. Oh yeah, there is. Huh? The safety. Oh, it's off. What?
Yes.
Well, it's on now. Shit. This has been a real eye-opening moment. I guess I was kind of dangerous there for a while.
There's an opposite thing of that too, like the antithesis of the Walmart effect, where I'm sure I don't know if you guys have like designer malls or anything like in your area. I'm sure you do, where it's like for rich people and shit, where it's like Saks Fifth Avenue and those kind of things. And I've gone to those malls before because they tend to have really good fucking restaurants in those ones. And there's like one mall called the Frontenac Mall in the St. Louis area, like closer to the downtown, not that close downtown, but it is absurd. Like I walked into Saks Fifth Avenue because that was one of the entrances, and to walk towards this like bistro, like this cafe to eat, and there was a pair of tennis shoes that just had rhinestones and bedazzling all over it, and it was $5,000, and it was insane. But just looking around that mall as I'm walking around, I'm like, oh man, I am bottom rung. It
had the opposite effect.
Yeah, where I was like,
they walk around, see you, and feel better about themselves.
Yeah, they're like, Walmart's a couple miles back, idiot.
That guy doesn't actually play for the Blues, then. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Sir, we don't have hats in your size. It's like, I didn't ask.
You have a moment, it's like that moment in Pretty Woman where they throw her out.
Exactly. I'm just trying to get to the cafe. Well, you'll need to find another way in, sir. You're scaring the customers.
They don't serve beanie weenies at the bistro, sir. Just make your way out.
You know, a place where I feel like I feel like everybody's mostly got it together in a store is at Costco. Because I feel like people are taking charge, they're buying in bulk, they're being responsible. Lots of family men and women there. They got a membership.
They don't let just anyone into Costco.
Yeah, I feel like you do have unlimited samples, which is pretty cool. They used to do it all the time, but now I think they just do it on weekends where they give out a bunch of samples.
Yeah, we know why that happened. Somebody went in there and abused that system so regularly that they were like, whoa, Jesus. Are you bringing your family here every day, sir? Yeah, it's lunch.
Yeah. No, dude, I love
offices
Costco's
are holding meetings by the free samples. Yeah. Like, it's a lunch meeting. We just go to Costco and eat all the cheese.
I'm sure someone's done that. I used to love it though. Like Publix used to do that. I don't know if you have Publix grocery stores.
No, but I've been there before.
tons of samples. Like there were cheeses, and they'd make those little tortellinis and stuff. And they're as a kid, grocery shopping was fun.
They got dope subs, like Subway sandwiches at Publix, because they make their own bread. They're so good.
Yeah, that's where Whole Foods is good. It's like half a restaurant almost. Like you can go in there and get fresh food and subs, and like they cook this hot food in there.
Yeah, the Whole Foods I used to go to had like Japanese feeling. Well, first they were Japanese people, and they were making like sushi, like restaurant quality sushi back there, and it was like, god damn, like this place really is for the elite among us.
Ours is new, like I don't know, 6 weeks old or something. It's well done.
Yeah. What sucks though is I don't like how you can't buy like staples there that I like. Like if I want like diet Barks root beer or something, or any kind, or Coke, you can't get that there. You have to buy like Zevia or whatever their bullshit fucking special service.
Do they have Cheez-Its there? Good. Is that your?
No. You have to buy. It's called like Aunt Anne's cheddar bunnies or something.
Those are good.
They are good, but they're 3 times the price. Jesus,
they are.
And they're not 3 times as good.
No,
not even close.
They're not.
So many things work like that. You double, quadruple the price, and they get 10% better. Kyle, you're on the edge.
I was just thinking that, like, if I buy American food, I don't care who prepares it. I go to Burger King or McDonald's, which I consider kind of that's American food.
Yeah,
I guess burgers and fries. I don't care if there's a Mexican guy back there, an Asian guy back there. But if I go to a hibachi restaurant and there's a white dude wearing that silly hat going ting, 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 I'm walking the fuck back out. I came here for an experience, an authentic experience.
But yeah, malls, if there is like an apocalypse, that's where people need to meet up, because no one is going to the mall.
Lots of supplies there too. Sbarro
there
pizza
used to
forever. Yeah.
There
used to be 50,000 people.
Dude, every so often I see like malls up for sale, right? Because the whole thing's out of business, and it's turned belly up, and a mall is for sale. And I briefly get the idea, like, maybe I should make the worst financial decision of my life.
Like, as you're wearing your sweater, your holiday sweater.
Like how much they want for a mall nowadays.
What would you do with it? What would you do with the mall?
I don't know.
Like clearly the professionals who run malls couldn't figure out what to do with it.
I catch a wild hair. Like,
turn it into a compound. That'd be cool,
right?
If it were like an airsoft field, that would be like that would be fun. But you can't. That doesn't pay the bills. That's some sort of like dream project when you just don't give a fuck about losing all your money now.
Right.
Like there's no. It's not a viable financial decision. You just got to burn them all once.
You know who buys them? That is a vibe. Amazon. Have you not heard? Have I mentioned this before?
Oh, the son of a bitch.
Yeah. So here's what happened. Amazon needs shipping centers so they can do same day or next day shipping. And malls have tons of square footage, and they tend to be right next to population centers. Yeah. So, if you're a Sbarro or something, it's hard to stay in business. But if you're Amazon looking for a local warehouse next to the customers, malls work.
Where am I going to get one of those cookies the size of a fucking pizza with my name written on it now?
I don't have
Amazon.
an answer.
Probably Amazon.
Probably Amazon.
Well, Costco, right? Costco's like the last kind of like destination shopping place because you can buy in bulk there, I guess. But other than that, yeah, I agree with you.
What happens to lids when the malls go away? Right? Like where am I going to go to get 8? You're not familiar with lids?
They sell hats.
I'm convinced lids is and always has been a money laundering front.
Just like those
no
mattresses.
Way they're selling enough fucking hats in there.
How much are hats?
Doors and Sunglass Factory. That's the other one. Sunglass Hut.
Sunglasses are expensive and everybody has them, and people don't mind spending a lot of money on. Like you might have a $300 pair of sunglasses, and a lot of people will buy them. It's just like how a watch store could stay open. But lids, who are these people who have dozens of hats?
Yeah,
there's sneakerheads. Maybe there's hat heads.
Hat heads. They're called heads.
I heard you can get crabs if you share a hat.
That's actually true.
Yeah, it's not just lice, but it's actually crabs as well.
Yeah, it kind of makes me sad because as a kid, like the mall was like this, I don't know, communal thing. It's like people went to hang out there. Like I always liked to go there and go shopping. You'd hit the arcade on the way out, hit the food court, get some Sbarro or some Chick-fil-A or something, some Chinese food. And now it's just It's like I was saying a minute ago. It's like that COD 4 thing. It's like 50,000 people used to shop here. Now it's a ghost town. It's kind of like a piece of Americana that's just dying.
I feel like if I told that story, you'd all okay boomer me. But
go for it.
This isn't like it's not a boomer thing. This is like 2002. This was a thing. Like you know, this is 10, 15 years ago. It was a huge part of American culture. And
malls were a thing 5 years ago. Like
yeah,
not even that. Like so. It's pretty rapid that they've shut down this much.
Yeah, I don't know. Like we watch any movie from 15 years ago, and like that's where when the kids are like, yeah, I'm gonna go hang out at the 90% of the time, the next word out of their mouth is the mall. Like it was just kind of, you went there to do stuff. Everybody was there, and everything was there.
It's like I'm not fucking around. There were a handful of times, like when I went to college. Every time you went to the dining hall, you got a receipt. So for some reason, I don't know why, I kept all my receipts and I just put them in my dresser. Every time I put in it, and it was getting towards the end of the semester, and I just thought, man, I got all these receipts. I guess I'll just throw them out. And I just thought, well, fuck it. I'll fuck with my roommate. So I put them everywhere. I mean, I rolled it up in his toothpaste. When he squeezed his toothpaste, the receipt would come out. I put it in his umbrella. So when his umbrella, they all fucking fall out on him. And it had been about a week. And he's constantly like finding receipts in his shoes and his socks. I mean, fucking everywhere. And he came back and he was so fucking pissed. I remember he did the toothpaste thing and it came out. And I think like he was like, I'm fucking sick of this shit. And he took me and put me in banana split. You know that move?
Is that
in wrestling? So he had me on the ground. He just split my legs completely apart. And I was fucking like crying. I was in so much pain. And, you know, needless to say, I never fucked with him again. But yeah, you know, and all those guys, they had their cauliflower ears and they know shit. So I never fucked with them.
Yeah.
Jesus, that is a hilarious way to use receipts, by the way. I would have never thought of the toothpaste one. Just him pissed about his umbrella. Just want to brush my teeth and go to bed. It was funny because the
umbrella one too, I saw him. Because it was raining and our window was right. So I saw him take his umbrella and he's like, all right, I'm going to class. I'll see you. And I saw him walking out the thing and I go, here we go. And he opened it and they all fucking fell out. And he just looked up at the window and I just was like, it was great.
A buddy of mine was in high school, like an all-state kind of wrestler. And I don't have cauliflower ear. I only wrestled in middle school, which is not that intense. But apparently, if you address it pretty quickly after it happens, you can have totally normal ears, like drain whatever's happening in there and it's fine. But it's kind of like a badge of honor for a lot of these guys. And so now we're in our late 20s and he still has these gross fucking ears.
So he's also on the NBC sports show and he talks shit to me all the time because he lives in a house in Wales. He lives out in like the middle of fucking nowhere. And his house was built in 1340.
1340.
And you know, I'll talk about something that I think is old, and he'll be like, "Mate, my house is 400 years older than your country, mate."
They get a new house.
Yeah, I mean, the insulation. What are the R values on those walls?
Dude, his house is like, it used to be like a convent or something, and his living room was where they kept the cows. Like, it's really, it is as old as it. Is it
really that old though, or is it like, you know how your body replaces itself every 7 years?
Like, no, they built shit well. They built shit real well back then. The walls are all like original.
Oh yeah, when I get my masonry done, I say I want this done to the specifications of 1340, please. I'd like this done in the dark age.
Those modern brick and mortar slop houses.
Whatever you say, my planned obsolescence.
Take some of the red clay around here, put some straw on it. That's how we make our mortar.
We read a while back. I read about Japan. Like it seems like all of their houses, every single one of them, have this sort of planned obsolescence built into them. They don't have a home improvement industry at all the way we do. Like Home Depot and Lowe's is massive here, right? Because everybody's always, redoing the living room or remodeling their bathroom. They don't do that there. They just fucking let the house fall apart and buy a new one.
I mean, that sounds right. You don't see a lot of shitty buildings in Japan, though.
That's kept bamboo structure they have.
LA is the one thing I don't like about living in LA. Well, there's a few things I don't like about living in LA, but like, there's nothing in LA that's old. Everything in LA is like 60 years or newer. Like, there's just nothing here that's old. And where I go back to New York, I like seeing old stuff. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's good. Good for your character.
Are you from New York originally?
Yeah. I've been here like 10 years.
Yeah, that was when we went to Boston for the first time. That was one of the things that I liked was there's a lot of historical stuff there. I'm from Atlanta, and so during the Civil War, all that shit got burnt up. Like the whole city got burnt down. So like we don't have much stuff that's older than the Civil War here. So it was cool going up there and seeing all those statues in the park. We went for a run in there.
In LA, we don't have much shit that's older than television, so it's not. Shit was just built as movie props, and then they built real interiors, and we're like, people should live here. And then they,
There's plenty of water. It's a great place for a giant.
Actually, I lived in Atlanta for a while. I lived in Buckhead when I was a kid.
Okay, yeah, that's a fancy
Went to the
part.
Westminster School.
I lived up in Alpharetta for 2 or 3 years.
Atlanta's nice. I'm a fan of Atlanta, actually.
I'm a fan myself. I like it here. I like I don't like the weather so much. It seems like all this week for maybe like 2 weeks now, it rains every day for an hour, and the sun comes out, and it's 100% humidity and 90 degrees.
My impression of Atlanta is that security guard at that mall who doesn't take any shit and tasers.
Oh, they fired him,
I know, but that's what I think of when I think of Atlanta.
Wait,
so
which
for those who
security
don't
guard?
know, yeah, so there's this black security guard at this place called the Mall of Atlanta, and it's not a mall at all. Like Atlanta has some pimp ass malls, some really nice modern malls, but this is called the Mall of Atlanta. It's really run down. It's one floor. You like walk in some sliding doors off a ghetto street into like this like flea market jockey lot type thing, but that's indoors. And this guy is his unfortunate job is to maintain order there, and he does it with a GoPro on himself, a body camera, way before body camera thing, and a fucking X26 taser, and he is not afraid to deploy that taser if he needs to, and so it makes for some real funny internet videos. He's tased a lot of annoying people that you want to see get tased.
But what's shocking is how he'll be outnumbered. There will be 12 angry people, and he seems completely unfazed. He's not scared at all. He'll focus in on the worst behaving one and tell them they gotta go. And there's like 9 people like, we're not going anywhere. You all gotta go. You gotta go. Back up. I'll tase you.
Now I know that.
Now you know the guy.
Now I know this. Well,
I'm known for my impressions.
It's like a black lady with like 8 kids. The kids are all going, "You gay, you gay."
Yeah,
and
children,
then
3-year-olds. Yeah.
Where I live in Venice Beach, which is a fucking shit show. Every day of the week, it's just craziness down here, and the parking situation is a real disaster in Venice Beach, and the parking like meter maids are so hardcore that they got their own reality show called Parking Wars. That it's a real thing, and it's just like 10 really angry, proud black women that don't take no shit from nobody, and I've gotten into like proper altercations with these bitches before. I had one of them tell me once, like I was in a fucking passenger loading zone while my cameraman ran inside to pick up his like to-go food order, and this was like it's like a 5-minute loading zone, and I'd been there for 60 seconds, and this lady tried to make me move. I was like, oh no, my boy's just picking up his burrito. Does it say burrito loading zone? Like, she actually used like, this is not a burrito loading zone. Fucking hell, I've gotten in so many fights with them.
Yes.
Yeah,
I guess she could cut it over at TSA.
Do you think that they're like a little power tripping?
Well, yeah, but it's like, I can't. On the one hand, yes, 100% yes. On the other hand, just knowing what I know about the stupidity of tourists in my area, I wouldn't want to be in charge of dealing with them. You know what I mean? And like anytime, like I have a garage, but anytime I park my car in the street, it gets fucked up. Both me and my girls' cars have been keyed, and like people, I live on a one-way street. People drive the wrong way down it at 30 miles an hour, like constantly. So I don't even want to know what it's like to be a police officer around here. It's got to be just a disaster. But the burrito loading zone line was memorable. And Parking Wars is a real show. That's a real fucking.
That's sad. I'd rather watch Steven Seagal's show than that. That doesn't sound good at all.
What's
so
Steven
I saw
Seagal's
that France.
Oh,
Steven
sorry, Kyle,
Seagal has a show where he is a shepherd. Well, I mean, I got to make sure that you're
Sheriff,
aware
right?
that Steven Seagal has a show where he is literally a sheriff's deputy in Louisiana, and he enforces the law with a gun and a badge. And when he encounters like these people, it's like cops, except it's Steven Seagal.
Sounds more like
fucking
Reno 911.
And he's like, bro, you're messing up. You gotta get your life straight, bro. It's like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
It's like Dog the Bounty Hunter, except with Steven Seagal.
Right. He would hire these really hot assistants, and then they'd be like, well, I want to go home now. And he's like, you just stay with me. They're like, nah, this is your house, and I'm done assisting. And he's like, I got something you could use some assistance with in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. And they're like, no! like 2 or 3 girls had this problem of him getting all rapey and trying to like imprison them. Steven Seagal is just a real interesting
Is this like a confirmed
character.
thing, or is this kind of like the John Travolta wanting men to touch his balls?
It never made national news, but all the local newspapers from Jefferson Parish were writing stories about this. I swear. Yeah, like if you Google like Jefferson Parish Steven Seagal brothel, which I'm about to do right now.
Let us know your findings, because I'm curious about that. I don't picture him having the charisma to effectively run a brothel. You need to be like a Littlefinger-esque guy. You know, keep extending potential treats and withholding.
Let's just say that there is no fucking shortage of results if you Google Jefferson Parish Steven Seagal brothel. I mean, honestly.
Sensei Seagal is a bit of a separate, and I'm sure he picked that up in Japan when he was studying there.
Didn't he get asylum in Russia or a citizenship in Russia?
He may have dual citizenship. I know that there's like he went and hung out with Vladimir Putin. I think Putin is like a Sambo practitioner.
He might be a guest of Putin right now.
Yeah, exactly. I know he has been a guest of Putin because I've seen the pictures of them together and stuff. It's and then I saw him doing like this like dance fighting and like throwing guys like with his chi and shit. And then I also saw him dance. And I don't know which was more pathetic, the pretend dance fighting where he was throwing people with his chi, or the actual dancing that he was like trying to do with his big belly. And
you know what's going to really screw him is when Putin has him over for a play date again, and then they both start doing their Sambo, and Mr. like 6'8" Seagal doesn't know to let Putin win, and then Mr. Seagal's wasting away in a gulag. Like, have you ever seen the clips of Putin being like, oh, now Vladimir Putin will take the ice and play with KHL All-Stars, and then like he will be skating around with them, and he's not good at all. And it's clear that like Kovalchuk and all those Russians are like, well, you do not take from Vladimir. No, you know what happened to the last guy? He's not. Let's just say he's not in the defensive corps anymore.
Diving next to him, like when they let the autistic kid play football, and everyone's like missing tackles.
You see the panic.
You look down at the ice. He's down embedded in the ice.
Yeah. You
Like
can see the panic on like the goalies as the goalie is standing there, and like I played goalie growing up, so I know like when you're trying to let a kid score on like a little joke shot, sometimes it can be hard because you'll like try and move too quick and you accidentally stop it. You can see these goalies like, Lord Jesus Christ, oh my children, I pray for you, please just get by me. And sometimes he accidentally stops it, and that's the end of that goalie. That's why they haven't made very big leaps and bounds in the Olympics past few years. Too many of them shipped off to the gulag.
You know, if Vladimir was allowed to play in the Olympics, they'd probably do much better.
That's, you know what? I don't think anyone in Russia would dispute that.
At least not publicly.
Yeah, no.
The best Steven Seagal story is the one where he was on a movie set, and the stunt coordinator was talking to him, and Steven's telling the guy, he's like, I got a way out of any choke. You can't choke me. And he's like, no. There's this thing called the rear naked choke, and like, you're just kind of fucked if you let me do it to you. And he's like, no. I get out of any choke. So he puts him in a rear naked choke. Immediately, Steven hits the guy in the balls. The guy goes, ugh, and then tightens up. Steven falls asleep and shits himself.
This is Judo Gene LaBelle who did it, right?
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And when Gene LaBelle, and I have never heard Gene LaBelle tell the story, but I've heard Joe Rogan tell the story that Gene LaBelle tells, and it's really funny. He's like, I put him to sleep, and I guess he went to the bathroom. On himself. and then I heard from a third party. Who was it? Maybe it's Kevin Hart or somebody like that, like a celebrity who was on set, and he also saw this shit goes down. He's like, and then you just heard, and Steven ran off to the bathroom.
Didn't that happen really recently with one of the female UFC fighters? Like she got knocked out.
She shit herself, and it was nasty.
Dude, so I've seen a lot of fighters shit themselves. Yes. No, this is my area of expertise. I've seen a lot of fighters shit themselves. And usually there's like a brown stain that you can see through the shorts. Like, oh, that's not a sweat stain. That is poop. And sometimes on bad occasions, like a little turd ball, like smaller than a golf ball, will escape out the leg of the leg of the board shorts or something. Not this woman. Not this woman. There were like she had abnormally large shit in the octagon. And then it got like spread around on the canvas, and there were like big, palm-sized shit stains.
Do you guys ever watch documentaries or videos about how the food you're eating at the time is made? Like
no, it's a terrible idea.
No, I do this. Like I'll eat a steak and I'll like watch a YouTube video of like how a cow is butchered. Like the guy is in there, he's like showing all the cuts. Or I was eating Cheez-Its, of course, or maybe it was Goldfish, and then I found out how it's made of that. It was like Cheese Nips, some off-brand thing, and I'm just like damn, this is kind of neat. I was on I'm eating saltines. I'm on the Wikipedia page for saltines, watching how it's made soda crackers. I don't know. I guess this is less common than I thought it was.
No, my viewing like what I'm watching will often influence what I end up eating. I watched Family Guy the other day, and it's the one where they sing, have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so friggin' good. You remember this?
Yeah, I know that one.
And I was like, no, I've never put butter on a Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Dude, I put butter on a Pop-Tart, and it is so friggin' good. It's outrageously good. You put it on the back of the Pop-Tart, the non-frosted side. Mm-hmm. It's tremendous.
Well, I'm sure butter can't... There are very few things that butter makes worse. Butter's a S-tier food stuff.
Face
100%.
wash.
Face wash? Is that?
It makes face wash worse.
I think he's got you there, Taylor.
I saw like a CC camera video.
Are better, Kyle. You can put it on your hand.
All right, you win this round.
I saw a CC camera video the other day from like a movie theater or something, and this Asian lady goes over to the butter dispenser, the popcorn thing, goes squeak, squeak, rubs it in her hands, and then rubs it all over her face.
I want to make sure nobody sit next to me at movie.
And then walks away.
She needed more pimples.
Like maybe
I'm going to have my own whole section for Endgame.
All I could think was maybe she thought it was hand sanitizer and she really wanted to get clean. She likes that feeling Woody likes when you rub alcohol on your skin.
How soon after you rub movie theater butter on your face are you like, I have to go home. Like I need to rinse this off. Go in the bathroom and just hit that thing and then try and splash water from the 6 tiny streams that come down into the bottom of the sink before it unsets itself. That is one of the worst things about modern society is that people can't be trusted to just have a normal turn for your faucet. How far have we sunk that at gas stations and places, you have to wash your hands with a push because there are people out there who can't be bothered to turn off the faucet. And we all have to live in this world. It's the cart return conundrum.
You know what? I would rather have the push that you described.
You return your carts?
The sensor.
Always.
The sensor that you wave around and like do a little jig. Maybe Running Man, try to get it to work. Just me.
It could be.
Kyle, when you return that cart, you're taking food right out of that cart man's mouth when you do that. You know what happens? You know what would happen if everyone returned their carts like Good Guy Taylor? The cart man would be out of a job. Okay, you know what I do with my cart?
His job is to bring the carts from outside back into the fucking store, dumbass, not to collect it.
And the harder that job is, the more laborious, the more difficult and time-consuming it is, the more hours the man gets, the more money he makes.
That's the same reason sometimes all trip waiters was they're bringing food to the table.
I'm a job creator.
He takes his Home Depot carts and brings them to Lowe's and vice versa. It's just that's to make busy
Sometimes work. Kyle doesn't even need to go shopping. He just goes there and he pushes them around.
I go and I push all the carts up into the grass and toss them in the woods down below. And look, he's out there for hours. I see him. I sit across the street at the other store and I watch him through binoculars while he works.
We learned verifiably, Kyle and I are both smug bitch assholes. And one thing I am a smug bitch about is I am smug about returning carts. I always return my cart. When I see somebody do that, leaning it up on the island, I fucking hate that. I hate that.
Is there any excuse for that? What if it's pouring rain?
just walk and return it. It's like it doesn't take long.
I asked you a question.
There's no excuse. Just do it.
There is no torrential downpour that will dissuade you from returning that cart, even though you know it might go away later, and a cart man might be able to return it in the sunny. Really? What if it's not?
What I didn't tell you is that I park always in the handicap space. And so, which is right next to the cart return, and that's they call that beating karma. They call that a net neutral on karma. As you park in.
I take it a step further. I park in the cart return just to fuck with people like Taylor.
I park directly in front of the cart return. You shut my car, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is this a mentally handicapped guy trying to get by? I'm boxing him out. Oh, you're gonna have to want it. You gotta want these carts. I'm a job creator. Show me."
I return them, but I'll admit there have been times when, like, it was raining and I propped that shit up somewhere. I was just like, I'm not getting soaked over whatever. Like, I ran out of there. I've definitely left it before, but it's not a practice.
One thing I will do is I'll like ghost ride it into the return, and if it doesn't like go into the next cart or whatever, I just call it good.
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
I'll be honest. I try to hit it from as far away as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever sometimes there's like 5 of them that aren't quite lined up in there already? You ever try and you just throw it in there hard? You're like, I'm going to try and re-rack as many as I can into there.
But then that gate pops out at the end and you just shove 15 shopping carts down a hill. you got to run for it now.
They're fucking taking my carts, Rick. Publix is pretty nice too. They have good stuff.
Okay. I like in the South, we've got Ingles, which I think is like a step up. And then Trader Joe's is just a money pit. It's just, you go into Trader Joe's, you're just overspending.
Do you have Aldi there?
Yeah. They also deliver from Aldi.
Yeah, it's the same exact shit as Trader Joe's. It's just like way cheaper.
More European stuff as well. There's some European stuff in there. A little small. Our Aldi is a little small, and I'm annoyed that you pay $0.25 to get a shopping cart there. It's like, God damn it, you're squeezing me from every
pay angle. Or temporarily pay.
Yeah, you just put it in there and then you plug it back in and you get the quarter out.
That's right. That's the thing.
It's to keep people from being like shopping cart goblins who leave it in the middle of the parking lot like a fucking asshole.
And it's so they don't have to pay a shopping cart guy.
Yeah, true. And they don't just like pay a bagger person. It's like you bag your own shit. They don't give you bags. You have to bring your own stuff. I don't play
that shit. So I just had a bunch of slugs made. So I'm just leave the cart tipped over on its side in the parking lot. Leave the slug in the machine.
Like a real spot. Like a real piece of shit. It's funny you say
in a handicap spot.
There's like a meme about like the shopping cart test, and it's like it was some like 4chan post of someone being like, the shopping cart is the ultimate test of whether or not you're a good member of society. Think about it. You have nothing to gain by returning it. You will not be punished by not returning it. The only thing to keep you returning that cart is because you like to have a bit of order at the place. And so, you're the kind of person who returns the cart knowing that you won't be punished if you don't, you won't be rewarded if you do. You're someone who, you'll function in a society pretty good. You're a Kyle over here where you just say, fuck the quarter, and you just fire it into someone's tailgate, across the way. He can't, he doesn't belong in society, basically.
That's right.
Yeah, he's a nefarious.
I return the shopping carts to a point. Like,
you got to return shopping carts. That's so rude.
Sometimes they're just out of place. They don't have a like corral anywhere near you, and like it's either it's just way too far to walk. Like,
I'm with Kyle. I think of myself as a good member of society, and I return shopping carts most of the time. But sometimes I'm like I don't know. Like if you have a good spot at Home Depot, you can either walk all the way back to Home Depot with your cart, or you senselessly walk just as far away from Home Depot to get the corral. Yes.
Yeah, it's fun when you know the area. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Have you been in a mall recently? It is Walking Dead-esque. I went in one probably like 6 months ago. It's just fucking dead. Like they may as well bulldoze a couple of the malls, not near me. I don't have any near me, but like 20 minutes away from me, just make it into a park at this point. Like no one is going there to buy shit. There's like people outside of Macy's and that's it. That's it.
Have you heard Amazon's buying malls? Have you heard this before? I think I mentioned on the show.
Turn into like distribution centers?
Exactly. It's interesting. So what Amazon wants is giant square footage for distribution center, open floor plan, and proximity to population. And that's what malls get you. So those buildings are being repurposed as distribution centers from time to time because they're right where you want them and they're big and open.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We really are on the way to just there being one company. Like it's just Amazon now.
Like for now, there are benevolent overlords, right? Their customer service is great. Have you ever returned anything to Amazon?
Yeah, they make it pretty easy.
They really do. And you guys will not believe this, but I actually don't like mailing things that much. And but you just put it back in the package and the guy comes to your door and gets it for you, right? It's great. And so they really make it easy. Their customer service is great, but once the monopoly is complete, then you would think that wouldn't stand. So
I had 4 45-pound steel plates that I finally got the notification for show up the other day. Yeah. And it was one of those things where I was like,
again, your muscles cost you money. Carry on.
Exactly. And I was in like I think I was in my kitchen or living room just like tidying up, doing some stuff, and I saw the guy pull up, and I knew that it was weight plate day, and I just took my dogs, went into my bedroom, and closed the door because I was too embarrassed to think that he might see through my front window and see me in there. So I was just like, boys, come on, we're going in. Because I was so embarrassed. I just was like, oh, I feel like a bitch. Because he had to like.
How did they come? Like, how were they packaged?
It hilariously. It was just a steel plate, a cardboard box around it, and the cardboard box has just formed and folded into the shape of the plate.
Of the plate, yeah.
And so it's like, you could have just sent the steel plate and like threw a thing on there. Like what was this to protect? The other items that definitely got fucked up back there if these were sliding around.
Your plates were on top of someone's TV.
Yeah, you just know that like the person wrapping that up was like, this is absurd. Like,
why are we boxing this? Couldn't we just put Christmas wrapping around it and ship it that way?
You could. There's no you're not going to break a 45-pound plate. No.
But I also have 4 45-pound steel plates, and I've never found the use for more. I don't know what's wrong with your lifting routine. That's all I need.
Part of it, I just wanted to have them because I'm getting a couple more plate loaded machines. I fucking had to reach out to Titan Fitness again today. I was like, hey, that chest supported T-bar row I ordered 33 days ago, still haven't gotten a shipping notification, and they like sent back like, oh, it's delayed until October 9th.
Is that where you sit in the seat facing the machine and you've got a thing that goes on your chest and you're reaching forward, grabbing and pulling toward you?
No, it's where you're standing on a plate down here, and it's just a straight thing.
What's it called again? And by who?
Oh, is that where the barbell goes into like a little a hole, and then you load it and you pull the barbell
it's toward it? Kind of like a landmine. Yeah. But it's
Can you link it? I want to show the people watching.
This is literally the one that I ordered. When I was like, I think I was probably like 14 or something, and I was in Jamaica with my family on vacation. And like, you know how you can walk down the beach in a place like Jamaica, and eventually you get to the end of like the resort beach and it just becomes the normal beach. And they have like these like walk-in markets, which is like a bunch of chintzy garbage that you don't really want. But I was walking through there with my girlfriend at the time. We were looking at things, and like, it's like penis pipes and a bunch of silly stuff. And this one Jamaican guy, like I was like walking by a shop, and he's like, yeah, come in here and see what you like and all that. And I was like, no, like just a bunch of penis pipes. And he's like, this one, he picks up a little one. He's like, this one's American size. Yeah. And I took out my wallet and I go, you know what else is American size? And I left, and it was my first real out in public burn. And I was like, I was high on myself all day at like 13. Like, man, I'm dope. in reality, I probably like stuttered. Like,
follow that one to the hotel. Rob him.
Yeah. Follow that stupid bitch to the hotel. Rape him.
That jump, you took that. You went from 0 to 100 on that one.
That's how I live in the world.
Dudes that sell stuff like that are like such hucksters. Like it's. I would go to Pendergrass for anybody who's in like Northeast Georgia. They have this huge outdoor flea market, and I mean it's massive. You can walk around this thing all day, not necessarily to buy anything, but just to see what they have, because they've got like animals for sale. They've got like not livestock, but pets and all sorts of shit. Mm-hmm. And they've got like stolen tools and like all that nonsense that like you would never actually buy, like blow guns and like little crossbows, like all sorts of junk. And there was this black guy selling homemade colognes in these little vials. And my girlfriend at the time and I were talking to him, and he's like, they all had funny names. He's like, this one is called Fuck More. And I was just like, oh, okay. And we smelled. He's like, and this was called Pussy. Like they all had ridiculous names and they all smelled awful. And I was just like, all right, well, we're not buying any of that.
Have you never owned one of those blow dart guns?
I have.
Are they fun?
They're fun.
They're dangerous.
Yeah.
That is not a toy. Is what when you get one of those, just know you don't have a toy to like goof around. It's not a Nerf gun. This is something that will kill a small animal and put your friend's eye right the fuck out.
Yeah. Or really fucking make your older brother mad.
Did you shoot one at your older brother?
Yeah, by accident. I hit him in the back of the leg.
Did it stick in? Did it like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it stuck in.
It'll stick into like wood.
Yeah. Do you know what stuck in later? His foot in my ass. It was my oldest brother. I could tell you how old I was by what they were doing to torture me at the time. I grew up with 3 older brothers. And so I went through a period of time, probably when I was like 8, when they used to hold me down and drip the spit out of their mouth.
Oh,
how
much older are they than you?
One's 2 years older, one's 4 years older, and one's 6 years older.
Okay. And they all had an alliance against you.
Well, I was the easiest one. Look, if you're a lion, you're going after the retarded 3-legged antelope,
Always. And you were the retarded antelope.
100%. I was the dude down by the watering hole. Like, where'd everybody else go? Like, yeah, why is it so quiet all of a sudden? And so they did that to me. They also, one of my brothers loved to scare me. And so what he found out though, because when I scare, I jazz hand and I make this noise. Ah! I go like that. And what he found was if he scared me, if he punched me in the chest right after, I would go ah! Like that. And he fucking loved that noise so much. But I got to be about 12. My oldest brother, he took to farting in my mouth. And this was a great life lesson because I would fight him. And I wouldn't win. And then he would fart in my mouth. And I told my dad, I'm like, he keeps farting in my mouth. And he goes, what do you do? He goes, well, I
open my mouth,
fight back, and he beats me up, and then he farts in my mouth. And he was like, so do you want to take a fart in the mouth, or do you want to get punched and then take a fart in the mouth? And he was
my God.
And he goes, basically what he was saying to me is sometimes life farts in your mouth. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So,
and me as your father has no authority to stop it.
No. My dad was a rule.
You think I'm going to step in? I don't want him to fart in my mouth.
No. My dad was a very rules of the playground deal, which is unless somebody's really getting hurt, solve your own fucking problems. Let's figure out it, right? And so he was like, listen, what does he like the most about it? I go, what do you mean? And he goes, what do you like? What does he like the most? And I go, he likes farting in my mouth. He goes, no, he likes how much it bothers you. Tell him it doesn't bother you. So when my brother next time, he was like, I'm going to fart in your mouth. I go, do it. And he goes, well, I'm not going to do it if you like it, you fucking weirdo. And he walked away. And I told my dad, I was like, it worked. He's like, yeah. He's the one who taught me, my dad, when they pull jokes on you, don't tell them that it worked. They're going to stop pulling the jokes. They like the reaction. Don't give them the satisfaction. And it was such a crazy lesson. The fart in the mouth thing. I wish he had told me that a month earlier because I ate a lot of farts and a lot of fists.
Yeah, what a cruel thing to just fart in your open mouth.
Yeah, that's pretty horrific. My dad learned early on that he needed to step in or things were going to get violent because like when I was like 5, my older sister she'd pull this joke where you gotta keep in mind I'm like 4 or 5. So like all she had to do was hide behind the island in the kitchen and pop out and go, ah, and it would terrify a 4 or 5-year-old. Yeah. And like the same joke works over and over 10 minutes apart. I'm still just fucking terrified by her hopping out from behind this island. And my dad was putting wallpaper up in the living room. This is like 1990. And I go in there and I'm like, hey, she's scaring me. She keeps scaring me. And I'm like almost tearful. And he's just like, I'm working here. Handle it yourself. I'm working. He's putting this wallpaper up and I'm just like, all right. So his level was there. his carpenter's level, and this isn't one of those plastic ones you get nowadays. It's made of wood with steel around the edges. And so like my little ass picks this thing up. I could barely lift it. And I walk back in the kitchen. It's only a few steps away, and she pops out from behind the island, and I crack her in the top of the head with the thing and split her head wide open, like 3 or 4 stitches in the top of her head. And she's probably 13 or something and she's fucking crying her eyes out, fucking blood's going everywhere. And Dad's like, "What happened?" And I'm like, "I got her."
I handled it like you told me to.
He whipped my ass good.
Yo, there was one time one of my friends was over, and my 2 middle brothers fought. And one night, so my older brother Dan was fucking with my brother Jonathan, and I was with my friend Gary, and Dan just kept fucking with him and popping him every now and then and fucking with him. And Jonathan had enough, and he ran into the kitchen and grabbed a knife, big butcher's knife. And my parents were out. Dan was babysitting. He was like, "You want to fuck with me? Come fuck with me." And Dan grabbed my friend and put him in front of him. He was like, "You want to stab me? Go ahead, fucking stab me." And my friend was like, "What are we doing?" By the way, that kid never came back to my house. But he just put my friend in front of him. He was like, "Go ahead, stab me. I dare you. You won't stab me." My brother was like, "I'll do it." And my friend was like, "Don't do it."
No, he's gonna move me and you'll stab me.
Yeah, it was. But sometimes it got bananas over at my place.
Yeah,
you got four. At one point, you had a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 16-year-old, and an 18-year-old boys in your house at once.
That sounds awful.
It's a lot of bad decision makers.
Was it ever?
First of all, that's a lot of semen-filled socks, so that's a lot of laundry.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That is just. I'm sure the house smelled horrible, and look, my oldest brother, also, when he liked something in the refrigerator, he would claim it by licking it, or he would put it in his pants and rub it on his dick, or he was like, "This apple's mine," and he'd rub it on his dick and put it back.
That's a good move. Still works.
Yeah.
I dare you to find the things in my kitchen I haven't came on.
You're there, the black light, like, all right, I guess we're eating out tonight.
All right, there's no bananas in this kitchen.
Yeah,
that's my plan.
Covered sandwiches again.
Fun.
Did it ever, like, you're talking about like did you ever just get like the shit kicked out of you, like just punches upon punches, or was it more like submit and I'm gonna fart and then you're just been my bitch today? Well, I know like friends who went either way with their brothers.
We had a strict no punching in the face rule.
It's a common rule, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was it. And I will tell you, it depended on which brother. Like Dan, the second oldest, he caught punches from my oldest brother. Raining down on him.
Mm-hmm.
I was the youngest, so I caught less punches and more like, "Hey, get in this laundry basket and let me push you down the stairs."
Mm-hmm.
I got more like, "Hey, put him up on the roof and see him if he'll jump off the roof onto the mattress." Like I got more shit like that, where I guess it in a way was more dangerous, but I felt better because I wasn't getting punched. But really, I was like a guinea pig just to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like I remember they taped me to this. Oh my God. They taped me. I was probably 8, and they put 2 skateboards together and they taped me to the skateboard. And they put a helmet on me and they taped my arms down to the side. Like, so my hands were under the skateboard and I was just sitting on the skateboards like this on my knees. And then they pushed me down a hill and I had a helmet on, and they just because they wanted to see what happened.
Mm-hmm. I did that to my youngest sibling.
Yo, by the way, I told them after I'd have gone down the hill, but you took away my ability to put my hands out when I fell. Do you know what I mean? So when I fell, they thought I would just jump off. I was game for it, but when I fell, the only thing to stop my fall was my face and head.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, "Yeah, right? we should have thought that one through." But yeah, they kind of experimented more on me than anything else.
Yeah, more of a general fucking with, not like a beat the shit out of you.
Yeah,
that's in the cards for the youngest brother.
100%.
Is stupid shit like that.
I didn't have this growing up. I didn't really have anybody to play with. My cousin would be over like during the summers, but we were like, he's a year younger than me, and he was always at least my size. Like he was just a bigger guy most of the time. So like we were peers. So like we would kind of team up and do things together, but like we wouldn't fuck each other up like that. I mean, we'd box every now and then because I was dumb enough to buy us both boxing gloves one time. We both decided that was a bad idea right away.
Yeah, seems like a bad idea. How old were you?
With the boxing gloves?
Yeah.
16, 17, something like that.
Well, that's
probably.
a real bad idea, dude.
Yeah, hard enough to like hurt each other. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
8. Who cares at 8? But at 16.
Yeah.
We did that.
Yeah.
It was me and my buddy. So he was bigger and stronger than me, but he only had one set of boxing gloves. So we got to sewing and we put winter gloves inside of pillows to simulate like 2 sets of boxing gloves.
Yeah.
The thing is, these pillows had like, if it started with a good idea, one punch later, it like wiggled and all the padding was just not in front of your hand anymore. So one guy had big padded boxing gloves, which was worse. And the other guy had basically just winter gloves on that would hit directly. It was a huge advantage.
I was too big to physically fight with my younger brothers because I was always large for my age and my younger brother was smaller. So it didn't work out. But when I'd have friends over, like it was an event when we're like 10 and everybody brings their sock and boppers. Which, if you don't remember sock and boppers, it was this big, basically blow up like an air wing, except you put your fist in it and it was huge and you could beat the shit out of each other with minimal effect, except like one good punch and that thing starts to leak. And before you know it, you're just bare knuckle boxing with plastic over your hands in the basement on the concrete floor. And that was, I never got hurt, so I remember it fondly. Everybody else remembered it though. My youngest brother, I remember at my grandparents' house. They live on a farm, and my grandpa, way back in this time, he had like big hunting dogs still, and one of them was still relatively young, and she just loved. Name was Jill. She loved to like chase you down and like try and like jump on you to be like. It was very aggressive, but it was like a kind thing. Like she wanted to like get like jump and like knock you down and like play with you. And we were big enough at the time, me and my younger brother, that she couldn't do that to us. But we would have made up competitions to my youngest brother. We'd be like, hey, do you think you can run from this tree to that tree in 10 seconds? And then my other brother would like feign like, are you stupid? There's no way he can do that. And I'd be like, yeah, probably not. He's like, no, I can do it. I can run all the way over there. And then, so we would like hold Jill back and we'd let him get like 30 yards away and then let her go. And she would, woo, 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 and she would hit him like a linebacker. Like he would spin into the ground and everything. But like, and it was like August or something, but we had, in the interest of safety, we put our brother in like 3 winter coats just to try and save.